Professor Kotza, please stay on the line if you will. We'd like to actually get your comment, and I know it's off the cuff, but to really get your sense of things after this very short interview, please stay on the line for us. In the meantime, I'd like to speak about this because Police Minister Senzo Mchunu, who's on leave of absence, has surrendered his electronic devices to investigators. It comes as he faces scrutiny over his decision to disband the political killings task team. Mchunu has been accused of having links to criminal cartels. Of course, a claim he vehemently denies. Let's speak now to the spokesperson for Mr. Mchunu there. That is Sithembiso Mshengu. Mr. Mshengu, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it this morning, and I know it's a very short and off the cuff. But if we may answer just a few questions for us and help us understand, when was the request made for all these devices to be handed over to the South African Police Service? Good morning.
A very good morning to you, sir, and your viewers. The police sent a message yesterday in the early afternoon requesting the availability of the minister in order to process the application for them to have the gadgets that he used on daily basis in pursuing their investigation. So they did arrive in the early hours of the evening yesterday at his official residence in Pretoria, and the minister was in a company of his lawyers, and the gadgets were properly given to them, having the lawyers having satisfied themselves that the search and seizure warrant is legitimate, and that's what exactly happened yesterday.
Thank you so much for that update. Are you aware of which electronic devices exactly were taken? I mean, you don't have to give us the names of them, but at least how many of them as well?
It's a total of 5 gadgets, a government-issued laptop, his personal cell phone, as well as a tablet, as well as 2 other unused old phones, probably that were just kept there in the house just because they were no longer in use and they were old.
All right, so that's 3 cell phones, a laptop, and a tablet. Is that correct?
Indeed, sir.
All right. So 5 devices there. Did the warrant itself speak to what it is exactly that they were looking for when it comes to the confiscation and the taking of these devices? What it is exactly that is being investigated here?
The nature of the investigation we are not aware of, or rather we are not too sure of. But given the fact that Minister Mchunu has nothing to hide, and he did expressly said in his appearance at the ad hoc committee of Parliament that he is willing, provided that the police are following the proper process of the law, to subject himself to the investigation as they are conducting it. So we do not know exactly what do they want, but whatever content that they are looking, we have full confidence that Minister Mchunu has nothing to hide. He has no relationship with any criminal. He has never had lunch or dinner with any accused or criminal in this country, as far as we are aware. And therefore, we have nothing to fear. And in fact, Mr. Mchunu has nothing to fear. He is very much happy the fact that they have come with relevant document, or rather legal document, for them to get these gadgets, and therefore going forward we believe that they will get what they want, and these gadgets will be brought back to him so that he continues with his life. And by the way, he continues to prepare himself to appear before the Madlanga Commission, and we believe that more will be revealed when he gets there. As much as the handing over all these gadgets is going to somehow have an effect on his preparations, but we believe it won't be a train smash.
Yeah. I believe initially there was an attempted raid, and I'd like to find out if you know anything about that and why perhaps it took so long for any of this to come about. Are you aware of any of that?
Indeed, there was an attempt previously to enter the premises. The minister lives in a very secured environment, and therefore they had to produce proper search and seizure warrant, of which they were not in possession of, and therefore the security personnel would not then allow the police to enter the premises simply because they did not have proper search and seizure warrant. And in this instance, they came with proper documentation, and the lawyer for Mr. Mchunu was well informed before time. Hence, he was in the company of the police and the minister during the handing over of the gadgets of the minister.
Yeah, are you aware which division may have been making this request exactly? Do you know who it was that came through? And I know maybe not specific names, but in terms of areas, because of course we're dealing with quite a few divisions of the SAPS that have been of keen interest in this entire situation. Are you aware of any?
What we know is that the police officers who were in the premises yesterday are from KwaZulu-Natal. I suppose they are from the NPKTT.
All right. So you believe that they're from the NPKTT, actually?
Indeed, sir.
All right. Babu Mshengu, thank you so much for the time. Really appreciate it. Appreciate having this this conversation. I do believe, though, however, that I do on the line, Babu Mshengu, I have Professor Dirk Kotzer, who is a professor of politics at UNISA. Just wanting to ask a very quick question. Professor Kotzer, perhaps you have your question now?
No, this question which you asked, the last one, I think is a very important one about who did it, because what we've seen in the past, with the evidence that's been presented to both the Matlanga Commission and the ad hoc committee is about whether it is the hawks who are involved in it or whether it is the task team, the political killings task team. I think it's significant that it has been the task team that have executed this and not the hawks. So I think what we are seeing, therefore, is that this is now really a follow-up in terms of what has happened with regard to the evidence of the minister in the ad hoc committee in Parliament. But it really starts to look like there's the catalyst, there's a sort of a speeding up of the process in terms of accumulating evidence and bringing together all these different aspects.
Yeah. Very, very significant, and that's why the answer was important. Sithembiso Mshengu, just a final sort of question to you. Do you know if the suspended minister, will be appearing before the ad hoc committee again, or perhaps if he's received that request to appear at the Matlanga Commission of Inquiry as yet?
No, we have not received any notice of his reappearance at the ad hoc commission. We believe that he did satisfactorily respond to issues that were raised, and therefore he has no any other invitation of going back there. With respect to the Matlanga Commission, we are yet to confirm the date of his appearance, but we believe it is imminent. As soon as it is available, I believe that we will share that with the public because we believe that transparency should be the order of the day.
Sithembiso Mshengu, spokesperson for Senzo Mchunu, thank you so much for availing yourself for this conversation, an important one considering the goings-on in the country at present. So appreciate your time.